With the official presentation of the new head of the Mugele Commune, the President of the Republic of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, first had a dialogue with the residents of the commune. Taking the floor, the head of state declared like this: "I came today so that we may reflect together on the path we are taking toward an emerging Burundi. I also came so that we may exchange ideas, offer one another counsel, and share our visions." To this end, he delivered results of recommendations to the people in attendance, advice centered on the responsible attitude every Burundian should adopt, especially as the nation moves forward on the road to the development. President Evariste Ndayishimiye urged Burundians to remember where they came from, noting that some had lived through times when even peace was a luxury. In his view, Burundi is steadily progressing, and that momentum must be maintained. He called on the population not to give in discouragement or complaint, stressing that the path to a brighter future lies in hard work and increased productivity, which are essential for Burundi to generate surplus and engage in exports. The head of state emphasized that poverty is not to be lamented, but rather faced with determination and practical solutions. To reach that promising future, he declared, we must not dwell in complaint, but rather boldly follow the path that leads us there. In his counsel, the president also drew upon biblical teachings, reminding the people that God created mankind and endowed them with all that is needed to transform and develop the earth. Accordingly, every Burundian is called to put to use the talents God has entrusted to them in order to contribute meaningfully to the realization of Burundi's national vision.
We leave Bujumbura for Gitega, whereby the Diocese of the Anglican Church of Gitega celebrated this Sunday the ordination of deacons and pastors, the blessing of the renovated St. Luke Cathedral, and the inauguration of the Grace Conference Center. Representing the head of state, the head of mission at the presidency of the Republic, Marie Nizigimana, praised the development efforts carried out by the church, emphasizing that the President Evariste Ndayishimiye is grateful for them and promises to continue supporting them. S.C. Kamkama has more.
This is the procession that started ceremonies in English Church of Gitega this Sunday. After that procession, they laid loaves of flowers on the grave of late Archbishop Jean Wesley Nduwayo, former English Church chief, who passed away in 2021. After that, they proceeded with a mass where they ordinated deacons and pastors. They have been ordinated by Bishop Aimé Joseph Kimalarungu, chief of English Church of Gitega. After that, they officially inaugurated St. Luke Church that has been rehabilitated and the Grace Conference Center. Marie Nizigimana, Burundi head of state, involved those ceremonies. He said that Evariste Ndayishimiye is grateful of development activities conducted by the English Church of Burundi. And in his speech, Bishop Aimé Joseph Kimalarungu has said that the English Church is also thankful to the Burundian head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye for his support and a promise to always do development activities. Those ceremonies ended by a reception and the gift offering to the Bishop of English Church of Gitega as a sign of encouragement in his special mission.
We now leave to Buhumuza, whereby farmers, agriculture technicians, and administrative officials are called upon to maximize their efforts to increase agricultural production. This call was made on a Saturday by the second vice president of the National Assembly, Usesia Kensimana, during a community work to increase the irrigation canals of the Ruhongwe River Valley in the Ndemeka area, Kisuru Commune, Buhumuza.
The community development work consists on cleaning the irrigation canals that supply the fields during the dry season in the Ruhongwe River Valley. In his welcoming speech, the governor of Buhumuza province, Denise Ndaroheke, indicated that peace and security reign in the province and that the population is working to increase agricultural production. She urged the inhabitants of Gisuru commune, in particular the entire province in general, to be courageous. Speaking, the second vice president of the National Assembly, Busesi Yanghezimana, called on the population to preserve peace and security, stating that it constitutes the basis of development. She encouraged each citizen to look to the future for working in agriculture to achieve results. The second vice president of the National Assembly also asked the population to protect the environment, particularly by reforesting the hills and fighting against the bushfires that occur during the dry season. She called on parents to follow the education of their children so that all can attend school to have a better future. Sesiang Heziman asked that there be close collaboration between farmers, agricultural technicians, and the administration to increase agricultural production because unity is strength, she added. It should be noted that the Rumpungwe River Valley covers an area of more than 400 hectares. The part of this valley that has not yet been exploited is currently being developed.
And the Civil Service Mutual Insurance Company celebrated its 45th anniversary this Friday. Minister of Civil Service Gabriel Nizigama indicated that the mutual insurance company has achieved a lot during these 45 years. Details with Godion Gatogato.
The ceremony marked the 45th anniversary of the Mutual Health Insurance for Civil Servants, created on June 20, 1980. According to the Minister of Public Service, Gabriel Nizigama, the establishment of the Mutual Health Insurance for Civil Servants reflects the government's commitment to align itself with international conventions regarding healthcare insurance. He emphasized that this social institution has experienced both successes and challenges. However, recovery measures have been undertaken, he added. For her part, the Director General of the Mutual Health Insurance for Civil Servants, Sylvinze Imana, noted that the institution has achieved remarkable results. By way of illustration, she highlighted the multiplication of the mutual's agencies as well as the establishment of service counters within public hospitals to promote proximity. However, Sylvinze Imana points out a major challenge: the frequent shortage of medicines, which prevents the institution from providing its members with the medical products they need. The members of the Mutual Health Insurance for Civil Servants who attended the event requested that the institution once again be granted permission to import medicines from abroad so that its affiliates may have easier access to drugs they require.
As I said in top stories, at the Inouari Stadium, the match opposing the Aigle Noir team of Burundi to the Assas Djibouti Telecom team ended in a nil score both sides. This match was part of the preliminary round of the Champions League, a competition reserved for the champion clubs of the respective countries. The return match will be played on September 28th. LC Aurora, come once more.
Match opposed the Aigle Noir team dressed in white and black to the Assas Djibouti Telecom team dressed in red shirt. It took place at Inouari Stadium at Bujumbura. From the beginning of the match, the two teams seemed to fear each other. Aigle Noir had up to 7 occasions to score in the first half, but without success. The balloons often passing over the goal of the Assas Djibouti Telecom. For its part, Djiboutian team had the 3 frank opportunities in the Aigle Noir camp, but there too no goal was scored. Aigle Noir continued to press and attack the opposing camp, but without concretizing its offensive actions. The players of the two teams went to the break on a 0 score. In the second half, the Asas Djibouti Telecom team returned to the field with a visibly different strategy. However, Aigle Noir continued to push and carry the ball towards the goal of Asas Telecom without managing to score. Even after the 5 minutes of addition time, nothing has changed. The match therefore ended on a 0 score. Note that the return match is scheduled in a week and will be played in Ethiopia, a country close to Djibouti.
Well, that's it for me now. Thanks enough for watching. Programs continue on Nation TV. Stay tuned and take care.